It looks like Scalpers' biggest fear is finally here. The last GPU to be heavily scalped is the RTX 4090. Look at what I saw recently. So many people got the 4090 within the last few days. What is going on here? Look, this guy got an RTX 4090. Look, this guy got it. Look at these pictures of really stocked up shelves. We're not talking about one or two. We're talking about a huge amount of shelves in stock. Now, you guys are going to tell me, I don't see them. Where are the RTX 4090s? People always post in stock where. Well, we're gonna shed some light on this. Where's my prop here? Okay, there we go. We're gonna shed some light on this and see, maybe you guys are right. Maybe the 4090s aren't really that available, but these pictures don't lie. That means that probably some 4090s are getting in stock more. So my initial statement is true. The more 4090s that actually come in stock and we see normal people getting them, the scalper market gets weaker and weaker. So yes, it is scalpers' biggest fear. And if you guys like GPU content, remember to subscribe, smash that like button, help me reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'd be super happy. Thank you. But I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Let's go look for some 4090s online. All right, so first I'm going to start up Newegg. All right, I'm going to put in 4090. And then these are going to show you the scalped models on Newegg. So when you do in stock and not sold by Newegg, it's going to show you third-party sellers, which basically another word for scalpers. Look at this one, MSI Supreme 2199. And look, he's been generous. $22.86 was the original price, and he seems like he discounted it. So that's kind of nice, actually. You don't have to pay the full scalper price. They're on sale. But these are not real 4090s sold by Newegg. Look at all these prices. Some of these, look at that, the Strix 4090, which we saw a lot of people actually get with these pictures for, the MSRP is $19.99, which is already really expensive, but ironically, it's the one that sells the fastest. This guy is charging $25.99. That's a lot. This MSI, $21.54, $20.49. I mean, as you can see, all of the, this PNY here, that's interesting, $17.59. That's probably the closest one, actually, to MSRP. That's interesting. This one isn't like a huge markup, even though it still is a third-party seller that even goes to Canada. That's interesting. Even though PNY isn't really like Asus or the brands that people typically go for, $17.59 is pretty close to the $15.99 MSRP. It's still marked up. See, this shows you that the GPUs are starting to be available and going down in price from scalpers too. I mean, these are like stores, so it's not like real scalpers, but you get the point. It's just GPUs above MSRP. The trick here is, look, we want to toggle on sold by Newegg. Now, there's basically nothing in stock from Newegg itself. I mean, you have all these gaming PCs with 4090s, but I don't really think most people want to buy that. So Newegg, not surprisingly, has nothing in stock. You have to kind of catch a drop. So that's still true. That's still hard to get. But the third-party GPUs are getting much easier to find. You saw that PNY one for $17.59. That's like not a terrible price for a 4090. That's almost MSRP, even though it is a PNY, so you do have some limitations. Let's see where people would get GPUs as well. Let's go to bestbuy.com. This is the only place that's going to sell the Founders Edition, and recently, I mean, they had different drops and they were popping up, but here we want to search for 4090 and see if anything pops up. Let's see. As we can see, sold out. Founders Edition sold out. The 4080 is in stock though. Look at that. You can even add it to cart, and you can even pick up, it's telling me a location in Manhattan over here in New York. You can pick it up. Everything else is sold out in terms of 4090. So Best Buy, you're still going to have to get lucky with either a drop when, if you follow different Twitter and like Discord accounts, they're going to tell you when a drop happens. Or you're going to have to maybe do the app trick where you see it might be in stock, a canceled order within the store. So that's still possible. But interesting here, there are a lot of 4080s in stock. I mean, look at this. This is a gigabyte one. But if you were going to buy a 4080, I mean, the Founders Edition is probably the best one anyway, even though the 4080 is really, really overpriced. We can see everything pretty much sold out. I mean, if we go to Amazon, that's where, Best Buy doesn't have like third-party sellers, so you're not going to see the same stuff as you would like on Newegg or something like that. Let's take a look at Amazon 4090. So actually, Amazon does have RTX 4090s. The other day, I got a notification for an MSI 4090 at its MSRP, $16.99, and I could even add it to cart and check out on Amazon. It was going to take a few weeks, I think, but it was sold from Amazon itself. So that showed you that these GPUs are coming in stock a lot more. But this is interesting. I mean, ignore that first GPU. That's a 3090. I don't know why people are still selling it for that price, but look, a 4090 Zotac for $1,880. Yes, that's still a scalper price. It's still much more than it should be. It's only really like a little bit more than the $1,599 that it typically is. So this is getting a lot closer. This used to be $2,000 or $2,100 before when we're talking about these scalper prices. Look here, an MSI one for $1,939. This is the one that I think I saw a few days ago that you could get for $1,699. So still overpriced, but the price is getting a little bit tighter, and it doesn't mean that people are buying at this price. I mean, look, it's all in stock. So around $2,000 really does not sell, and even this one for $1,880, nobody wants to buy that Zotac for $1,880. Here, the Founders Edition, now that is really overpriced. I mean, you're talking about a huge markup there, $2,290. Then you got a Gigabyte under $2,000, MSI, Asus TUF OC, $2,169. The Strix that a lot of people were able to get at $19.99, at $27.69. This one has one of the biggest scalper markups because people really like the Strix. But look at the difference, like between the Strix and the Zotac 4090. This one is $19.99. The other one was $18.80, even cheaper. And then this one's $27.69. So that's almost $1,000 difference between 4090s just because one is an Asus Strix. That is a huge markup. I'm not saying that people are paying this, but I've seen them sell a few months ago for prices like this. So definitely there were people that bought them. As we go down, look at that. PNY 1957. Obviously, these are all scalper prices, nothing sold by Amazon. You would have to kind of catch one of the drops to be able to get really lucky. But as you can see, pretty difficult to get it at like MSRP. I mean, they even, if you click here, they even have used ones. You can get a used one for $1,840, which is still way too high, but these prices were higher before, and that doesn't mean that these are selling. Let's go take a look at our friend eBay, and let's see what the GPUs are selling for here. Let's search for, we're going to search for 4090, and these are the ones up now. You can see the Asus Strix. This is a new listing, so maybe this is somebody that just picked some up. Look at that, he has two of them. $29.99, $1,000 markup. No, I don't really think people are going to be buying this unless they're really desperate. I mean, if we continue down, Founders Edition, $29.69. Look at this one, $3,099 for the Asus Strix. That's even worse. So eBay pricing still pretty terrible. Here, this is seems to be an auction for Gigabyte 4090. Who knows what's that's going to end at. Let's take a look at the sold listings. That's where we're going to see what people are buying or not. Sometimes it could be like a scam sale or something like that where it didn't really go through. But let's see a recent one here. Okay, look at this one. Gaming Trio X for $1,898. It's a brand new GPU. I mean, it's a little bit above MSRP, but it's not a huge markup like over $2,000. So here we also have MSI Supreme. That one went for over $2,000, almost $2,200, but it is an MSI Supreme, so that one might be in a little bit more demand. PNY. See, this one is in like obvious, probably scam. You see pre-owned Gigabyte, $800. You guys want to definitely avoid those and avoid the scalper ones, of course. So there's nothing here really at a price that's close to MSRP. I mean, maybe the cheapest one, that Zotac, is back again for $1,840. $240 above MSRP. Still a lot, considering the GPU is already really expensive. Here's a used Asus TUF 4090, $1,459. Even though this picture is not here. So see, that could be a scam, because that looks like a Founders Edition packaging, not even Asus TUF. So look, it's under the MSRP. So zero feedback here showing, 0%. So I don't know, this could be a scam as well. But as you can see, there's really nothing too good there. I mean, this Asus Tough here looks like from a decent seller, 1860, brand new. If it's the 1799 model, that's not too bad. Maybe somebody did buy one of the big Asus Strix GPUs, 2730. Whoop, that's not too much fun. Look at this one, 1799, 1700. So, we do have some prices that are getting closer to the MSRP, but most still stay like really, really inflated. But the GPUs coming in stock more readily, you're going to start to see the scalper prices come down closer to MSRP, and then B, they're not going to sell. You're going to see them stay there, which will cause them to go below MSRP. It's a very easy, simple little cycle, because right now, a lot of people that wanted 4090s probably already got them. Most of the people that are going to buy them were the ones that kind of wanted a 4090 but didn't want to pay the high prices, or weren't lucky enough to maybe have a micro center near them or something like that. So, I mean, that's the other part of the GPUs that people got. Most of them were at micro center, as you can see. That's why I was looking at different places, because people always say, oh, you only show micro center, not that many people have them near them, and that's a very valid point. But that is the place that a lot of people got GPUs, unfortunately, or fortunately, if you were a GPU buyer. But if you don't live near one, that's just the reality of the situation. But it still indicates more GPUs coming in stock. When there are no GPUs, not even Micro Center gets them. So that's certainly a very important point for you guys to remember. No Micro Center, nobody gets them. If there is more coming in at Micro Center, that means that places are getting shipment. It's just a place that we look to as a barometer to see what's going on with the market. And that means maybe Best Buy is getting the shipment, or Newegg or Amazon, that could be more widely available. Now, I know overseas that 4090s have been in stock because their pricing is higher than in the US. So your mileage may vary there. It's a completely different market. But if more people are getting them in the US, hopefully the overall price will start to go down. And eventually we're going to start to see more used ones on the market as well, which will further push the pricing down, because then people don't have to necessarily go and buy a new one. All right, guys, so remember to subscribe, smash that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.